Hey, how you doing? Welcome to another video. Today we're going to be talking about how much money you can save by ditching the alcohol, right? The real cost of booze. For me, it's just been like night and day. You know, there's nothing I've done in my life that has so dramatically improved my life as unplugging from alcohol. And particularly it's changed my life in terms of my finances, right? I've been self-employed for most of my life, and I've been held back by this consumptive habit, you know, the behavior, the rituals, all that kind of stuff, right? It's like being wearing a straitjacket, only I didn't know it until I took it off, if you know what I mean. Now, I want to say that it's not the most important thing, right, the financial cost, because you can have all the money in the world, but if you're not healthy, then it's fuck all use to you, right? So you've got to be healthy first in order to enjoy the rest of it. So that's a helpful caveat, right? But it's really been one of the more tangible benefits, I think. You know, the benefits that everyone else can see. You know, you clearer skin, better hair for some people, your life is improving, but you know, you can see things in just the way that you're earning your money and you're using your money, right? But it's not a guaranteed benefit. You know, as we'll see at the end of this video, there are some pretty serious caveats to realizing any increase in wealth, never mind a dramatic one. So I want to approach this from two perspectives. First of all, from the short term, and then we'll dig into the long term stuff. So the short term, think about a lot of this stuff is obvious, right? You know, the direct savings that you're going to make from alcohol, especially when you're going to nightclubs or bars or restaurants and that kind of stuff, it can get pretty expensive. Even if you're drinking at home, you know, when you add up the amounts of money that you're spending, even from an off license or a liquor store or whatever, and you're bringing it home, you know, all that money can be spent on other things, you know. So I think when you've got these associated costs as well, these are the costs that you're actually paying for the alcohol, and for the other costs like transportation, you know, you're using taxis and Ubers because you can't drive, right? Food, or what passes as food, you know, when you're drinking, it can stimulate your appetite, it can also deaden your taste buds. I was always starving after I came out of a pub, you know, probably because I wasn't drinking most of the time. A lot of people don't get the hunger, but I used to. And then I'd be either eating bar snacks, you know, salty bar snacks, or I'd go to a takeaway and get some of the stuff like that, you know, crappy foods. Same thing with the next day, I'd be drinking, I'd be eating food for the hangover, right? So, you know, some bars cover charges, all that kind of stuff, impulse purchases, you know. Never spent so much on crap than I have after I've been drinking. And I think healthcare costs, you know, most of the injuries I picked up in my life were through or after I was drinking, you know. You got the cost of getting treatment. The more short-term, long-term costs in this are that you might be laid up as well for a few days or weeks or months, you know. We had a dog called Rex years ago, and I once came home drunk in the dark, decided I wanted to play with this fella. It was only a little Jack Russell, and he was always up for the game. He'd run into a field, and I jumped over this fence to chase after him and landed on a brick, broke my ankle, and I was out for 3 months. And I was self-employed, so I lost a lot of money, you know, I couldn't work. So, you know, even if it's only a hangover, you're going to put a dent into your earning power, right? So all of this stuff adds up over the long term. So long-term costs, if you look at those, you know, I think it really comes down to your earning power, your power to educate yourself, your power to put in more hours, your power to think clearer, you know. Not necessarily you have to put in more hours, but you're able to use the hours that you've got. You know, for me, it was such a surprise when I stopped drinking alcohol, how much more I could use the same amount of time that I had, you know. It felt like I had double the amount of time in the same space. So I could, you know, the same 8 hours, the same 24 hours were like 2 or 3 days for me, you know. And this is where the rubber really hits the road. You know, if you want to become financially independent, this is where it's going to happen. You know, we're not just talking about your new ability to save money, the money that you were spending on booze, but your ability to earn, because you're no longer plugged into these self-imposed shackles. you know. So I want to look at this from two different aspects as well, the long term, from both a productivity point of view and then life stability, right? Without the hangovers and the fatigue that comes with the aftermath of putting this poison into your body, especially once you start to recover from this, you're just going to be more productive in general, whether you run your own business or you work for somebody else, you know. It's really where you're going to be able to up your game. You get better business, you know, you're more capable as a business person. If you're working for somebody else, you're going to get better promotions, bigger raises, that kind of stuff over time. And then there's your stability. You know, when you're plugged into alcohol, you're just not, you're not just affecting this one area, you're affecting your life in general. You're absent from yourself, you know. You can't be a fully functioning adult while you're pumping poisons into your body, right? So the amount of time I used to take off work because I couldn't think, never mind work. Now, when you unplug yourself from the alcohol, when you stop the flow, you start building resilience, and your performance levels are going to increase as a result of that. You're not only not putting yourself into compromising positions that could lead you to losing clients or lose your job, you just become a more stable person all around, which is definitely going to be reflected positively in your bank account, right? So in terms of health savings, you know, think about chronic alcohol consumption. It's associated with so many different health conditions. We've got the obvious ones like the liver disease and kidney disease, heart disease, cancers, brain disorders. But there's so wherever the alcohol goes, the damage flows, right? So, you know, avoiding alcohol is going to reduce the risk of these conditions, and then you've got the savings on future medical bills. But as I said in the last one, you know, you're talking about being able to operate on a much better level when you're not ill, you know. So lowered health risks also means that your insurance premiums, your health insurance, your life insurance premiums are going to go down. Then you've got no rehab costs, no therapy costs, no regular visits to your doctor, reduced risks of long-term health, illness and the layups that's going to cause, you know. And let's not forget the mental health costs here, right? If you're feeling good, you're more likely to put that, the energy and the time that you get from that elevated mood in your life into bigger and better things. It's always going to translate into a bigger ability to learn, a bigger potential to earn, let's put it like that. So, you know, it's a huge thing. You know, even the money that you've got, you can invest better, you know. Think about the compounding interest that you can save, just not only on the money that you're saving from the spending on alcohol, but the money that you're earning because you've cleared your mind up, right? Look, without the alcohol influencing you, you're much more likely to make better long-term decisions, whether that be investments right up to major purchases, or, you know, a lot of the stuff that you would have bought otherwise you wouldn't be buying anymore, right? So you've got no chance of a DUI, no chance of related accidents, so your medical costs, your legal costs are going to go down. And like I said, you open up yourself to the opportunity for other things in life, for better opportunities, for more educational opportunities, for increased earning opportunities. You know, you're not spending time drinking. It can lead to boredom, and I always think that boredom is a good thing, right? It's boredom can lead you to pursuing more productive things in life, including the ones that are going to earn you money. Now, while there's no guarantee of financial success for someone stopping drinking alcohol, there is undoubtedly a potential, right? It depends on how you spend your time and your energy and your money, right, that you're saving from not drinking, right? You're not going to get very far if you take all of these things and you plug it back into another drug, right? So a good place to start if you're looking to unplug from this habit is with our beginner's guide. It's a primer that really introduces you to some of the key concepts that we have in the main program, some of the main ideas, and it's designed just to get you a little bit closer to making that decision to stopping drinking alcohol, right? It's a tough decision to make, but if we can give you a bit of confidence that it's the right decision, then we've done our job well, right? And for those who want to dig deeper into this and want something more substantial, we've got our Habits V2 program, which is habitsv2.com. This will really take you to the next level. We cover so much in this. Don't forget, if you're starting out with this program, we've got a 2-week preparation stage, so build that into your time. So if you're going to start on a certain date, take it 2 weeks back from that and then start the course from there, because I think it's important to go through the preparation. We take you through some really essential mindset changes, and just get you as ready as we can to step over that line and into the new life. So it's a good life. It's one of the best decisions I've ever made in my life, and hopefully you can take it as well. So listen, take care of yourself. I'll speak to you again soon. I'm with an upward day. Bye now.